Come get your money. Paylake Carp fishing with Donald Barrow. Hi, it's Donald Barrow. Come get your money. Paylake Carp fishing. Did some fishing this weekend. Usually I post on a lot of pages. Kind of my Monday report is what I think of it as, of what I was fishing with, where I was fishing, and how we did. I'll probably continue to do that. I'm posting a lot of YouTube. Quite frankly, I just want to get better at it. I fool around with lighting, camera settings, you name it. Eventually I'm going to upgrade my editing. And I don't know how fancy I'll get with editing. I certainly have watched how to do it. You know, the intro screen, the exit screens, cut scenes, splash screens, music. I'm not sure that's for me. If you fished with me before, I like to talk and I like to fish, and talking about fishing and products just is what I like to do. So spending hours editing to make the perfect YouTube video, they're a sideline to me. It's just an expression or a way that I can tell you how it went fishing. And I enjoy the heck out of it. I enjoy the people I meet and the people that send me stuff. It's just cool. There's no other way around it. Probably, I don't get a lot of stuff, but what I get is to talk carp fishing with people who know what they're doing, and that's awesome. You know, people ask me, questions about lakes and flavors I'm using, and I'll go through some more of that. Right off the bat, I wasn't planning on talking about it, but I got a text from a guy in Indiana, and he was telling me how is it that, or why you guys only use, in my formulas, 5 to 7 caps of flavors in a lot of things that I make. And it's true. To be honest, I'm cheap. Quite frankly, if it took a bottle of flavor to catch fish and win, I would use a bottle of flavor. It doesn't. Not for me and not the lakes I fish. It's definitely a buy late kind of thing, and I think it's more of a practice. And I hate to say it this way, but I think it's more of a monkey do. And what I mean by that is, if 5 guys are on the lake and they're using a full bottle of flavor, well, by God, I'm going to use a full bottle of flavor. Why would I want to challenge what they're doing? This year it's been a little different for me because I'm challenging everything that I've been doing for quite a few years. And I'm having fun doing it and learning. And if fishing to me, is always learning. There's nobody that knows everything, and some people learn faster than others. And that's a good thing. Like I said, I challenged the flavor just because in Indiana, sure, it's quite a bit north, and I'm sure the lakes are quite a bit different. I was told that most guys use chow all year round, and that's not the case here in North Carolina. I know one lake locally that does, and even that lake, this year they're off it. And so it's definitely not that. A guy who is pretty knowledgeable told me that's why he likes coming to North Carolina, is he gets to fool around with oats and grits and other baits that they just don't use in Indiana. They use chow. I think it was the same in Pennsylvania mostly. Now you can, so they use a whole bottle of flavor a lot of times, and interesting. I also watched some interviews. Patrick Neese is a Wicked It Now sponsored guy, and one of his videos, he used twice the flavor that I use, and he's in Georgia. So you go north, use a lot, you go south, use a lot. Trust me, it's the bait, it's a practice, and it's what you feel comfortable with. I ain't gonna lie, your first flavor that you catch fish or you win, is going to become your favorite flavor, maybe even your favorite brand. Where is it 7 caps or 8 caps or 5 caps? And honestly, it's the same even with some wicked flavors. You know, you kind of judge it by how thick it is. You know, and is real thick flavor better? No, it's great. It works wonderful. But is it better? No. I have some flavors. I used this triple threat flavor this weekend, and it was what I call kind of, well, it wasn't thick. Call it runny or whatever. But boy, was it strong. I did the same with peach. I think I used in a 42 ounce of oats, I used 1 capful, and it was plenty. You know, So it's a judgment call, but don't be afraid to experiment. I think it's overrated, if you ask me. If I can get, I'm more apt to, and why I gauge the viscosity of the flavor is because how it affects the overall recipe. And all I care about is if, you know, I got some flavor in there in the bait I make, and can I get it to pack? You know, I'll be honest, there were some thick flavors that I really had to adjust, you know, how much binder or how much, you know, wetter or how much breaker that I put in it, because I was putting thicker flavoring, and you know, so you make the adjustment. It's not really rocket science. I'm not saying it's a big deal. It's just something you got to be aware of when you do it. You know, but don't hesitate to do something like that. Figure out what it's going to take to throw the flavor you want. And when I say what it takes to get to that bait being usable, packable, throwable. It sounds easy, it's not. There's a finesse to it, but just keep track of what you did. Did you put a pound or a cup of wheat bran as a breaker? How much flour did you put in? How much Carol syrup, corn syrup did you put in, as opposed to how many caps or cups of flavor did you put in? And I guess flavor would most likely be ounces, since it's sold in ounces. So, you know, if it's 6 ounces in a bottle and you put in 3, you know, there you go, you know, half a bottle. But I like to keep track more than, you'll see guys look cool and they'll just, oh, that's how much, and they'll just pour it in. And it's like, that does nobody any good. I mean, that might be the way you do it, and I'm not knocking it, but if you're going to sell it on not sell, but if you're going to demonstrate it to people, tell them how many ounces, you know, yeah, that was 3 ounce, or, you know, 6 cups, or, you know, give them a measurement that they can use. And then when they do it, either they'll do exactly what you're doing with the exact flavor, or they'll get a different brand, and they may start with 6 and it was a little too wet, so back it down to 4. Flavor is not the only factor, but it is a big factor in making your bait. So, yeah. So I just throw that out there. I got that question, and it bugged me. I wasn't going to make a video about this, but I figured I would. I'll end this video and start a new video. Thank you.